My name is Araya Lester. I am the sign of Cancer, and my favorite food is pretty much anything besides cucumbers and pickles.
My name is Bobby Mandel, and I'm now 65 years old, and I'm living here in Miami, Florida.
Raji Narayan Singh, trans activist, author, and actress. I'm back!
Hi, my name is Ella Marquez. I am a Leo, so for sign, zodiac sign. I was born in Lisbon, Portugal, many years ago, and living now in South Florida, the most beautiful place in the world.
My name is Lexan Hamnell. I'm a Gemini, and my favorite food is Italian.
My name is Houston Riley Cypress, and in Mikasuki, my current name is Yahalitke, and my favorite food? Lately I'm liking olives and grape leaves.
But yet, here we are. People, or we all know LGBT. And when I think about it, I think about when you say people of color. And, you know, that's Black people, African people, Hispanic people, even Asians, you know. And so, when we say people of color, that doesn't really discount any of the individual ones.
Well, 3 things that I don't leave my house without are, you know, I'm just a normal person, so my iPhone is kind of important. Actually, it's my 2 iPhones, because I've got 2 iPhones, one for me and one for my company. That is one. What else? My little bag, I love my little bag. It's really very cozy. And that's 2 things. And the 3rd thing that I don't leave out without, I don't know. Depends where I go, but those I think are most important 2 things. 3rd thing are the car keys, but okay, that's if I use the car. Sometimes I go without the car, but mostly I like to walk. But yeah, those are most important 3 things. Yeah.
3 things I don't leave home without are makeup. What can I leave home without? My keys, my car, makeup, coffee. Definitely coffee. Makeup and coffee, that's all.
3 things I never leave home without would be my lip gloss, hair, usually big, voluminous, something like that. And just, I have fortification too. I always have to kind of fortify myself to actually go out the door, so it takes a little prep and a little motivation for me. When I first made the decision to go full throttle and being Araya and being me, I was staying at a shelter, Covenant House in Manhattan, and I went to an organization that had a closet where you can get clothing and stuff. And I remember I got this green sweater, one of those little wrap skirts that was also a shorts. I forgot the name of that thing, but it had one of those with some green stockings and some Timberland boots. But nobody could tell me nothing. I walked down the streets of Manhattan, and then I got to Covenant House, and staff had already saw me before I got there, and they came running downstairs and were like, "You can't come up here like that." And I was like, "You don't tell me." But I stood there, and then a Greyhound bus went by, and all I heard was a whole bunch of this, and I'm wondering what is going on? And I turned, and although everyone on that side of the Greyhound bus was all staring at me and laughing and pointing and making fun, and I was just just took it. And that was the beginning of me going 24/7.
I was actually in my 40s. It was certainly an experience, and because I didn't really know what I was doing, but I did the best I could, and mostly I was pretty scared because at that time, transgender people were still in the closet, and it wasn't until later that I actually discovered a group, that I could go and meet other transgender people and other cross-dressers. So it was very tough. But I'll tell you one thing. One of the things that inspired me to do it was watching Rocky Horror Picture Show.
You've seen all kinds of movies, but you've never seen anything like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again.
So that kind of inspired me.
First time I walked out the door as my true self, as like Santa, it was probably one of the best feelings in the world. I wasn't hiding anymore. I wasn't pretending to be someone I wasn't anymore.
When I think about privilege, I think about my time in the Deep South and being a Black person and kind of feeling like I was on the lower end of the totem pole, but not realizing what privilege I had as a masculine presenting Black male until I transitioned and lost it. And that was when I realized that, hey, I had a bit more privilege than I even knew, even as a person of color. And we all come with like some sets of privileges that sometimes it takes a situation that privilege gets taken away for us to realize what we have. And that's what it was for me. Like I realized the privilege that I had when it was taken away. But even now I hold a different type of privilege. And I think that privilege is being someone who is very visible and very out and open, and someone who stands for the community. And so that affords me a lot of privileges. Like when I go and fly out on business trips and I fly through Miami-Dade or Fort Lauderdale Airport, a lot of the TSA staff I've trained. So, I get an easier and better, smooth transition going through all the checkpoints and stuff. So that's what privilege means to me.
So, and I never treated women like that. I always treated women as equal people. But, there is a kind of privilege because you are male, white, but I'm sorry, I cannot work with that because it's not who I am. I am a woman, I've always been a woman, and when I was a man, yes, I probably had, they treated me another way because they perceived me as a man, but I think we are all equal.
Okay,
Good?
you're good. It was just right here that you were
Right
fine.
here, okay.
Okay, you ready? So,
What makes me feel pretty is good highlight. A little bit of makeup and just a good hair. I dress for myself. I don't dress out to impress anyone. I dress so that when I look in the mirror, I'm like, girl, you look pretty today. You looked a mess when you woke up, but you're looking really good right now. And so, it takes an attitude change. It doesn't really take much of anything physically for me, but it's just putting on that positive, pretty attitude in the morning. And it may take different things on different days to achieve that, but I do that, and that's what makes me feel pretty.
Mostly what makes me feel beautiful is nature. I love nature. I like to go outside and feel the nature, feel go to walk, feel the wind. I love the wind. I'm a sailor. I love wind. That makes me feel beautiful. I want to know that the environment is doing great things because it's the outside, it's the environment which makes me feel beautiful. It's the people which respect me, it's the people which feel themselves good, because you can only feel good and beautiful if you accept yourself. And it's by accepting yourself and your environment and where you are that makes you feel beautiful. And nature is very important.
So, I've been inspired by so many people, family, friends, strangers. And the thing with me is, I really get inspired when I see someone standing in their truth. And I'm not just talking about trans people, anyone that is standing up for what they believe in and living their authentic life. So I'm really inspired by that. And it's not only famous people, but just like everyday people that you see, wow, they're living their truth and they're standing up for what they believe in. But then, like for our trans movement, I've looked at like different pioneers that were leading the way for other movements like Martin Luther King Jr. and Mahatma Gandhi and different people like that. And every movement, in order for it to progress and evolve, any equality movement needs people in the forefront to help things move forward. So people like that inspire me too, so I can truly do the work that I do.
What love means to me is embracing life, loving every moment of it. I recently rediscovered love, and I found my soulmate, so she's completely turned my world around.
I think love means trying my best. And I think love is about vulnerability, and like we really can't love others if we don't love ourselves. Like how can we share and how can we express something that we don't even have? So it's about self-care and also being in partnership, I think.
Black, Asian, LGBTQ, whatever, people, we deserve to be loved. Even animals deserve to be loved, and we love them too.
I would hope that we can make things better here in South Florida, because if we don't do anything, it's going to be bad. We're looking at sea level rise of at least a foot or 2 feet by 2050. And that's not good for Miami and Miami Beach.
I do believe it's going in the right direction. I do believe that there is a spirituality. I do believe that there is a consensus about people acceptance, and things are changing.
I know I'm still here for a reason. And every day when I get messages from people, and literally all over the world, I'm talking Taiwan and Kenya and India and Venezuela and just random people, and not only LGBT, all types of people, young, old, rich, poor, white, black, Hispanic, just all types of people saying that, you know what, Raji, you inspire me, you touch my life. And it's almost like that then inspires me to keep doing what I do. So I'm certainly going to continue my activism. I have my book out that I'm promoting. And hey, you all see I love the camera, so I wouldn't turn down a starring role in something. Call me.